We were all taught as kids not to lie, and unfortunately, sometimes the easiest person to lie to is yourself. I see this happen all the time with money, and this brings us to episode 3 of my Money Pet Peeves series. If you like this content, like the video and consider subscribing, and with that said, let's jump right in. Here are 8 common ways that people lie to themselves about money. I'm going to break them down one by one. Justifying a purchase because of big savings. Ladies, I think you're more guilty of this one. A trip to Target just wouldn't be complete unless you bragged to your friends about saving 30% on something that was completely unnecessary. Let me remind you, 30% off is still 70% on. If something is a completely unnecessary purchase, being 30% off doesn't change the fact that it's a waste of money. Downplaying an expense and failing to understand opportunity cost. Saving money is a powerful thing because it's after tax. If we just don't spend $1, it's the equivalent of going out and earning an additional $1.20 because of taxes. If we're to save and invest an additional $100 a month, invest it in the S&P 500 at 8% per year, after 40 years, this becomes $311,000. Small amounts of money invested over time become big amounts of money. The thing is, when we don't buy something, it's hard to see the results right away. It's easy when I buy something to just see it with my own eyes. It's sitting there on the kitchen table. But when we save and invest money, we need to look into the thing that's not seen. We can't see the results right away. We need to delay gratification and remind ourselves that the benefits are coming. Ignoring the true cost of ownership. Before I picked on the ladies, so now it's time to pick on the guys. The best example here is a boat. So you just decided to buy a new boat, and what's the first thing you need to do next? Well, of course, you need to buy a new vehicle because your Toyota Camry isn't going to be able to tow it. So you upgrade in vehicle. Then, not only do you have to pay the higher sticker price, you also have to pay more for gas, maintenance, and insurance. And do you think you can save a little bit of money by getting a 12-year-old truck? Well, of course not. You just bought a new boat, so you don't want to look tacky and have an older vehicle. So if you buy a new or even slightly used truck, it's going to set you back at least 40 grand. And all of these expenses are in addition to buying the boat, insuring, and maintaining the boat. If you're from the north, like I am, you'll have to winterize the boat, and depending on your unique situation, you might have to pay additional money to keep the boat someplace. The bottom line is the total cost of purchasing that boat is way higher than the $25,000 sticker price. Now, I want to be fair. If you can afford the boat and understand all of the expenses that are going to come along with it, then knock yourself out. Buy and enjoy that boat. But the thing is, a lot of us justify a purchase in our minds because we only look at that sticker price, but we fail to look at the total cost of ownership of a given purchase. Justifying an expensive item used twice a year. I hear this one all the time.
I need to keep my pickup truck because I might maybe go to Lowe's and buy something big this year.
The thing is, to get this privilege, you need to pay the higher sticker price on the vehicle, hundreds more on gas, hundreds more on insurance, hundreds more on maintenance every year. And if you live in a state like I do that charges income tax on your vehicles, higher taxes every year. You'd be far better off keeping your Toyota Camry, and then the 1 or 2 times per year that you actually need a bigger vehicle, go rent a U-Haul or just have something delivered to your home and pay for that. You'd be far better off doing it this way. There are other things that fit into this category as well. Pools and fancy workout equipment come to mind first. Not understanding the fungibility of money. I previously made an entire video dedicated to this topic, so if you haven't seen that, check it out. But the short version is your bank account doesn't know where your money came from. A primary job, a side hustle, game winnings, a windfall, it doesn't matter. Don't justify wasting money because it's birthday money. Your money doesn't know where it came from. Feeling deserving of luxury because of hard work. This one's a classic. I hear it all the time. Someone gets a raise at their job and they buy a new fancy vehicle and say, I work so hard, I deserve this. The thing is, they were living a happy life making $30,000, and then they moved to $60,000, and then $80,000, and eventually they're making $100,000 a year, and despite making triple, they're saving no more money. Their lifestyle continues to inflate, and they justify it the whole time because they work so hard. They have a bigger house, that fancier car, they buy more convenience items, they buy prestige items. The freedom and satisfaction that they were hoping to get by buying these things is actually serving the opposite purpose. Buying these things is actually removing your freedom. It is removing the opportunities you want in your life because you have no money. I don't earn enough money to invest, so I'll start later. This is just a bunch of baloney. Everybody wastes money, and I refuse to believe that people can't come up with just $50 a month to invest. All you need to do is set up a Roth IRA account, have it auto deposit $50 a month, and from there automatically invest that $50 into the S&P 500. Once you've built this momentum, I guarantee you'll find ways to save and invest more. You'll either reduce your expenses or work a little bit harder or a little bit longer and use that extra money to invest. Before you know it, you'll be maxing out your Roth IRA, which comes out to $500 a month. I'm good with money, despite the fact that most of these people waste a ton every single month. Few people say that they actually waste a lot of money, but most people do. People overpay on random purchases, and they pay too much on their recurring monthly expenses. The best solution to this is for an entire year, track your expenses. Not a budget, just track. Write down every single expense throughout the year to the penny, and at the end, review everything, and you'll be surprised at how much you find. I didn't know I spent this much on this category. Wow, I didn't even know I was paying for this. You'll find so many ways to reduce your expenses, but it all starts with you tracking your expenses. There are many other lies that I could have included in the video. Let me know in the comments down below if you can think of any. Let's finish the video with a portfolio review. Since the last portfolio review, I've added a few shares of Corsair Gaming, as well as selling weekly call options on GoPro and Micron. In a recent portfolio review, I said that my plan going forward was to continue buying Corsair as well as GoPro, and that continues to be the plan. As I add funds over the coming weeks, you can expect me to grow my position in both of these companies. If you've been following the markets over the last couple days, you've noticed that the markets have traded down. It almost doesn't matter what you own, everything has been red. I think that most of what everyone has been afraid of is mostly a bunch of garbage, but nevertheless, portfolios have been hit. But I'll be taking this as an opportunity to add more shares of companies that I like at attractive valuations. I'm going to keep it short for this one, so thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far in the video, don't forget to like the video, comment down below, and consider subscribing. Until that next one, peace.